Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's Stage Racer. We're on episode 21. It's going to be a one-off today. I still have my busy schedule ongoing, heading to New York in just a handful of hours now. So trying to get this recording in before I go on the trip, before I get back and immediately go into moving. And we're going to bring a complete classic race here today on this one with an absolute crap ton of climbing. Love what is ahead of us in this Alps Maritimes race. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Plus 2 race day condition, real big boost. That's gonna give me an 81 mountain rating, 78 resistance, and a 66 stamina. Stamina does matter today as it is just over 200 kilometers in length overall. We start at the finish line, so this descent that we're going to have here shortly is going to be the final climb of the day. We go out, we come back. The second climb of the day is also the equivalent of the penultimate climb going from the opposite direction. It's the middle part of this race that's going to be a little bit different in what we have, but it's also, I believe, the same climb that we are on right now. So you can see where we went down and then go up. This up section is this up section. This descent is the same as this descent, which is also that final climb. So we're kind of going around the same couple of mountains. Ooh, big crash right there next to me as Champison, Barth's Calione just went down. Kenny Ellison, who in real life at the time of recording just an hour ago in real time took over as the leader of La Vuelta. Now Kenny Ellison is in that position because he was in a breakaway in the first climbing stage that was allowed to get a massive gap because Primoz Roglic did not want to have the red jersey for 21 stages and have to defend throughout. Not confident, at least in my opinion, not confident enough to hang on for 21 stages, therefore wanted the jersey on somebody else's shoulders. And so Tarame won the stage, won the jersey. Kenny Ellison was second, but then big crash in the stage that just happened. Tarame goes down, loses a couple minutes. Ellison was not caught up in that crash, so Ellison inherits the jersey. Barbosa goes down on a crash as we go on the descent. This is 6.5% downhill. A lot of switchbacks. Want to keep an eye on this as we prepare for what is the final climb to come. So a lot of 6 degrees, 7 degrees, up to 8 degrees is a lot of what we're going to see. Unfortunately, I don't get a proper look at the profile as we go along the way, but Jose Herrera Diaz caught up in that crash. 123 left in the peloton at the moment. Barbosa looks like he may get back on. I'm assuming we're spread out pretty far, but the descent is quite fast, so I don't know.
Martinez has fallen.
Martinez also. So rain-soaked descent here is super dangerous. Pogacar is here. My goal is top 15, and today that feels realistic. That feels possible. You can see some hard braking there real quick to avoid a crash, as there was another rider that was a breakaway rider who had gone down. Looks like there are some others as well. This is chaos so far at the beginning of this race. For me, though, so far so good. We begin the first climb of the day. Realistically, there's 4 big climbs. You have that one additional lightning zigzagging climb here to make it 5. But if you consider this one mega climb, there's 4 for the day. And then you get the little bit additional at the finish line as well. Alright, just 4 riders now, everybody back together, so the pace really isn't that bad. There's 10 riders off the front, 6 minutes. They are not together though, so that means they are not organized like they could or should be, which means extra fatigue coming out of their legs while we're cruising along fairly easily. Tolman is a leader today, and Simon Jones was protecting him. Barbosa is gone, Jones is gone, Davis is gone, Holowesko is gone. the group is getting smaller and smaller. The downside, though, I've lost 4 teammates, and there's still over 100 riders in the peloton, meaning we are just that weak compared to everybody else that's here. There's a lot of World Tour teams here, so our guys are just inferior. So that's going to make my top 15 a little bit harder to come by. For one thing, of the 3 that remain, you've got Mannion, who's supporting me at least, Tolman on his own as the other leader. So I'm going to get 1 support rider, and Mannion really should just be up here protecting me. He's close, so let's try to assign him to that. He's just a 71 mountain, but makes my task a little tougher when A, there's some of the world's best around, and B, I really lack team support for this one. Climbing wise, at an 81 with the resistance, I should fare well though. I mean, I really should fare well, but we'll see. The crashes absolutely can and likely will dictate some of the outcomes unless the weather improves. At this point, the way the rain's coming down, it appears that it could be throughout the stage. Alright, climb number 2 out of the way. Tolman goes down, so there goes my co-leader, and now it's all me. He is 2 minutes 20 seconds behind, back on the bike and moving along, but not sure he'll make it back. He's in no man's land all by himself. Holoesco goes down. Crashes continue. I believe that was on the descent. Down to 99 riders. Also down to 7 left off the front. And we go to bring back the Cofidis rider, Vincent. Down to 94 as we are on the middle climb of the day. Mannion hanging in there for now, but he will not stick around too long. I will very much be on my own, probably on the next climb, possibly before the top of this climb. The steep part of the ascent has just ended. It's going to ease off a little bit the rest of the way. For me, though, taking it easy. There's still 76 riders here, and I'm going to be solo quite soon, so that's a little worrying for that top 15 potential finish. Bernard going on the attack. Not too worried about that happening, and not too worried about my pace right now either. We're about to crest. Mannion got dropped though, so while I'm at the back here, I want to get water for myself. 60 riders left. We got 83k to go. I've got the water. Just please do not crash, because I'm totally alone, so I have no help at all. Oh, Mannion's back. That's good. Let's use him to provide protection. Oh, never mind. We lost contact with him for a second. It's back to solo. Ooh, big crash. That split the field big time. I'm seeing a lot of yo-yoing right now. Looks like there's about 60 riders left.
So this is the last third of the race.
Okay, big acceleration.
Somebody's come a cropper in the pack. Thank goodness everyone else escaped unhurt.
So penultimate climb and massive turn of pace right now, which is going to take a lot out of the legs. We're going to see this group thin out here quite soon. I mean, let's be real. That sort of push, that sort of tempo. Look at how Mannion, unlike me, okay, Mannion had about this much energy. It's completely gone already, and we've only gone 2 or 3 kilometers up the climb trying to chase Bernard and Prodholm. So those guys making a little attack has just destroyed the field, and we're already seeing 10 riders gone, 14 riders gone, something like that. Now there's just 52 remaining.
Is now more than 2 minutes ahead of the peloton. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed. Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
Back off a little bit. We want to conserve. Down to 49. Top 15 is what we need. Definitely headed for a top 50, but I'll feel a little better. I'll feel a little better once we get to about a top 25 about our chances. Okay, here's another big acceleration. And we're going to get into the steep bit on the climb here in just a moment. That was the easy part of the climb. Not easy at all, but Van Hoek, Vizcara, not worried about these. Bernal No, Hagita. We want to follow... No, I am not following any move. I'm staying in the group. In the group. Let 1 or 2 riders go away. We are not the elite climber here. Pagacher, those kind of guys are. So a few breakaway riders opening a gap. Down to 33 riders now. 31 riders. 29 and counting. 27. 26. We're at 23. We've been bringing back some breakaway riders. 21 riders as we go over the top. Okay, now the scenario is looking very different for that top 15. There are 7 riders left off the front, but you got 2 of them in no man's land. They're not a threat. Hagita in that front 5. Franchini, though he's been in the break all day, those guys are threats. You've got to watch out for them. Hagita has a chance to win the stage with a minute 40 advantage. But maybe not. He just went clear halfway up this climb, so he just expended a lot of energy to open that gap. And then we've got a massive final climb to come. Now, he's obviously going to recover on the descent, but they've got a little flat section and then this mega climb. That's a long, long ways to go with a 1.5-minute gap. Essentially solo, because I don't think he's going to have much support left in those guys for very long, though you've got a couple decent climbers there. Now, in my group, we're now looking at 21 riders, so my top 15 is looking more and more likely at this point. I've only got to beat out another, well, 10 riders if you're counting the breakaway guys, but realistically, I'd say Hagita plus 6 from my group. And we just need to survive this final descent. The ascent, not much of a problem. You don't see very many crashes there. It's the rainy, wet descents that are an issue. We're at 24 now, a couple riders regaining contact. And we're onto the flat. We have survived that. 32k to go. This is probably a little late, but let's grab some water.
But apparently, he's back in the saddle.
Tosh Van der Sand with the crash there. Likely on the descent. You still got a lot of guys going up the penultimate climb. 25 chasing 6, so that's 31 riders in contention. Just a 1-minute gap. UAE, Trek trying to control the race. Ineos trying to control the race. 26k to go. It's a long ways. For me, I am just survival mode, trying to ensure that top 15. Okay, we're down to 22 riders, and some of those front riders are that group is shattering. So, like I said, that's Hagita. There you go. He's going clear, 23. But how are we looking now? You've got Hagita solo. Like I said, Franchini, as expected, was one of the last ones to hang on. Biscara hanging on as well. But we're at a minute 15. Hagita a threat, and then 19 here. So we're looking at 20 riders now left in any amount of contention. These two are going to go straight out the back.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
21k to go, halfway up the final climb. I'm going to go ahead and gel up now to try to hang on a little bit longer. Down to 16 in the group. Okay, our top 15 getting better. Really just one more to get dropped. Well, technically 2, because we just caught the other guy in no man's land. I am very low on energy, though. There you go, top 15 now secure. But I'm going to get dropped before the top. Down to 12. Looking at the top 10 potentially. Here comes the acceleration, and I am out of energy, so we're looking at 11th place right now. And getting dropped. If I can hang on to the wheel of Hamilton, I've got a shot at the top 10. Can I make it up to his wheel? Can I recover? Can I get past him to get a top 10? That's the hope. There's Yates. I don't know which Yates that is. Behind us is Almeida. Wow, we're beating Almeida. It's Adam Yates behind us. It's Simon Yates ahead of us. Gil Martin Martinez, Higuita. So Higuita was caught. And again, Hamilton and I, are 10th and 11th overall. 19 kilometers to go. I am going to sit on his wheel and try to recover so that we can potentially beat him. I've got to watch out for Almeida, though. He is a definite threat behind. But getting into a two-man group is going to give me an advantage here that I could potentially leave him in the dust and claim 10th. That's the goal. If I could do it. Obviously, the real goal was top 15, but now that I'm here, now that I have the chance, I am definitely thinking about what I can do to get 10th place. He'll have some recovery, but not in the manner that I will. I've made him do all of the work. He's the World Tour guy. I'm the Conti Pro guy. Makes sense. 15K to go, and this is the time to leave him behind.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
Literally, leave him behind, open the gap. There you go. And now we ride solo. And let's see if we can catch these guys ahead of us. Yates, Martin, they've come together. We're going to get through the steepest part here in just a moment. And I've opened up a half-minute gap behind. And then I'm going to just get on these guys' wheel and wait for a little bit. We've got a little descent coming. It's going to allow me to recover red bar, let that heart rate come down, and give us a shot at the final climb. I now sit in 8th, 9th, 10th. This is the grouping for 8th, 9th, and 10th place. And we head into this final climb. Still 13K. No, that's not 13K. It's 2.3. I don't know why it was stuck on Mannion. 2K to go. Let's see if we can try to ditch these guys, maybe. Can we open a gap? Nope, it won't let me attack.
Victory in that mass sprint finish. He can thank his teammates who let him
1K to go.
We're waiting for the back markers.
Bernal takes the win ahead of Thomas, ahead of Ciccone, ahead of Carapaz, Pogacar 5th, Higuita, Martinez. I've got enough. That's going to get me 9th place. Martin, he recovered. He went on to 8th, but I beat Simon Yates, and we claimed 9th place. Excellent result. Excellent result to get into the top 10. And considering we were 11th, getting that recovery, getting those 2 more positions was strong. Gaudu came from behind to get 12th. Adam Yates, Vizcarra, Almeida dropped to 15th. He was just behind me and finished probably 2 minutes back. Pino, Hershey, Van Hoek, Camargo, and Rivera, your top 20. Pretty good day. Pretty good day. We did the result we needed. In fact, we cracked the top 10. That's definitely going to be worth some development points. That does it for this one, though. Sorry, it's all the time I've got. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.